Welcome, everybody. And today I'm really happy to welcome Anna McDowell. And Anna is the manager at SLC Brazil. And she's going to talk to us a little bit today about her perspective. And I'm really excited to talk to you, Anna, because I think that the perspective of someone who's a country representative is so important for all of us to understand the work that you do on behalf of St. Lawrence College and the types of responsibilities that you have. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here and to tell you a bit of Brazil and the experience and the students and everything. Thank you very much.
Awesome. So maybe we can start and you can tell us a little bit about your background and your role at St. Lawrence College.
Yeah, well, my background, it has a lot to do with me loving Canada because I used to live there. I went to Canada for a and that changed my life, not even because I got a new family and we never lost contact. So I still have a Canadian mom and dad and 3 sisters, and now a couple of nieces and nephews as well. And but when I went to that high school, they had never received any international students before. And I was like known by everyone in the school, and I felt really special. And of course, I got to learn a lot. I got to improve my English. I got to know new people, but I also got to teach them a little bit about Brazil. And when I came back to Brazil after that high school, I was like, okay, I want to make other people feel the way I did. I want to change other people's life the way mine was changed when I was in Canada. And so I started representing a group of colleges from Switzerland. And I was even more sure that's what I wanted to do. But I still had a feeling that I wanted that to happen with a college in Canada. So Canada was always my big dream, and I know the culture, and I know it's a very welcoming country, and I'm very comfortable to tell my students that they will have all the support from the community. And as much as I started working at St. Lawrence and knowing more and more about the college, I was like, okay, they will also have all the support from the college. And I started learning about the courses, and I'm like, okay, Brazilians would love those courses because it is very different. Like the labs that the college has, it's totally different from the ones we have in Brazil. So I'm just in love with all of this, you know, and getting the support from all the other college staff and the way that we get information from. It's like, okay, they really like my students. They have the pleasure to receive Brazilians. It's not like one more student or it's not a number. They are actually a student. And I get feedback from them, and most of them are working. I've seen like on Instagram, them posting about their life and the courses, and they have been invited by the college to talk about the courses and their experience. So I'm like, okay, they are following my steps, you know, so it's incredible. So that's kind of my background. It has a lot to do with Canada and education and the passion for contributing with students, professional and educational history and background and everything. That's good.
Great. So tell me, Anna, like what does a typical day look like for you as an SLC country rep? What are the types of activities that you tend to get involved with?
Yeah, well, before the pandemic, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, Brazil is a very big country, right? And I'm the only one here. And so I usually spend like 1 week at home doing my next schedule and scheduling visits and speeches and traveling and everything. But usually what I do, I have been in contact with several agents, and it's also fantastic because they are very used to having agreement with colleges in the big cities. So it's very nice to introduce St. Lawrence to them and see their eyes like, this is a smaller city, but it is fantastic. They can see the campus, and I don't know, most of them tell me that they had no idea how big we were, and how many courses we offer, and how successful students are while they are at St. Lawrence, and they are having good jobs, they are in good companies. So I always tell them that I would keep talking about St. Lawrence for the entire day, for the entire visit. So it's good. One of my main reasons for loving this job is because I can introduce something new. So people sometimes they receive me at their agencies. They're like, okay, one more college. And when I leave, they're like, oh my God, I want to really work with you. So it's good. And we've seen some other colleges here too who would like to have agreement with us because they believe that after their students graduate from the colleges in Brazil, they would really use an experience abroad to grow, to learn more, and sometimes come back to Brazil and apply everything they've learned abroad. So these are very interesting as well because they feel that they are a part of it. You know, they get the student for like 2 or 3 years here, and then they send them to us to keep taking care of them as well as they do here. So I usually getting partnerships with agencies and colleges and some government programs as well, because they are investing in other countries. They're investing in the students to go abroad and to keep their studies. So it's also very interesting. Lots different kinds of institutions and agencies, but it's a challenge, and I like that.
Right.
When people don't need me to talk about St. Lawrence anymore, then I'm done. So I hope it doesn't happen because I like those new challenges, and it's very nice to see their reaction. It's very, very nice.
So when you are out there, trying to talk to agents and students about studying at St. Lawrence College, what are the ways in which you find that St. Lawrence College really stands out with potential students? Like what reasons do they typically get very excited about when it comes to studying with us?
Yeah, well, I think a while ago Brazilians were more focused in those big cities, right?
Yeah.
So I think it is changing because I think the agents, they've been receiving feedback from the students saying, oh, I'm lost. Brazilians they're very sentimental sometimes. So sometimes they
Yeah.
only need a hug. I'm sorry. So sometimes in those big cities, they cannot have it. So I think the students, they started giving a feedback to the agent saying, oh, I'm not getting used to the country. I want to go back home. I'm not happy. It's very hard for me to find friends. I'm not doing well. And that frustrates. So they started looking for other possibilities. And I think they started also getting to know some other smaller cities and smaller colleges. And one thing that I think that helps a lot is having someone in Brazil. So sometimes they're like, okay, it's very good that I don't need to wait for a day to receive an answer from the college. And sometimes when I need an answer like very, very fast, I can WhatsApp you and you can answer me right away. Yeah. So I think the way they have been treated, it helps as well. For they usually started choosing the college based on if they have someone in the country. And sometimes I talk to the students because I understand that the first student from that specific agency, it's harder. That's when the questions pops up and they are concerned they will not answer it properly. So we usually have a meeting with the three of us, me, the agent, student, and they've been saying that this is something they were not able to do before. So I think that SLC answers very fast as well. We've been improving that along the way. So when we say that the letter of acceptance takes like 3-4 days at the most to be issued, sometimes I put up a little more days than it is, so I don't get people excited about it. So, but I think that we also have been improving, and that's very interesting because St. Lawrence also started to look at those students. How can I say? Individually, they know what Brazilians like. They know that agents get very excited and frustrated and anxious to receive the letter of acceptance. So they started doing that a lot faster. So it shows attention. So I get that attention from the college. So I'm able to give that attention to the agents. They are able to give that attention to the students. And when we make a commitment saying, okay, I will do everything for your student to feel at home, to have a support. I've written so many times to the SA coordinator saying, oh, my student is feeling homesick. And then on the next day, they were like, okay, I gave him a hug and he's now happy. So it is so good because the students say, okay, I'm feeling special here. And or everything that was promised, it really happens. So it's a mix, right? All the ends are very helpful, so we can do a good job and get good students as well.
Right.
So it's nice.
I think you're right. I think that kind of personal touch that we have at the college is something that is so important to students. And so the last question I want to ask relates to that, and that is, what advice would you give members of the community, the college community at SLC? Because, you know, we're continuing to welcome students from so many different parts of the world. And I'm wondering what advice you would give to everyone about how we can welcome students who come from different cultures and different parts of the world, like Brazil.
Yeah. Well, I would say that keep up the good job. But yeah, I think that it's very important when the college knows the student. So on the first very day of orientation, for example, they already know who the students are. And some students, they are shy. Some students, they are very talkative, and they know how to match the students, how to get the students to feel welcome. Last orientation before the pandemic, when I arrived at the college, I could see all the Brazilians together and they didn't know each other. But the people from the college, they were like, okay, this person is also a student from Brazil. But do not forget that on the next table, you have people from other countries. And then after orientation, we saw all of them together. Mm-hmm. And we had a very special student last year. He was handicapped, and so he got all the support. Everybody wanted to help him. The residents, they changed an entire room to be able to accept him and his mom because he depended on her. So that was very touching. His eyes were like shining when he told me, my room looks beautiful. And I already know where to buy my stuff, how to move around the college. And the college staff did that. They were they had like several meetings with that student. So they were sure they would get everything he needed, and that would not be in the way of his learning at the college. So that was very, very good. It's very important when we know some characteristics of different countries. So sometimes, I don't know, like Asian, they are like, they are shy, they are quiet, but they are very happy with that. And Brazilians sometimes, if you forget about them in a way, they're like, okay, I'm homesick. So it's a very, very good and important job that St. Lawrence does. It's getting to know the students and the country where they came from. So I feel very comfortable saying all of that stuff to my student because I know it will help. It will happen to them as well. So it makes my work a lot easier when we have that support. So it's very
Excellent.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a great point, and I think that the more that we can just try to make sure that we're supporting the students wherever they're from, that really does make a big difference, I think, for our entire community. So thank you so much for agreeing to spend some time with me today. It was great to get to know you, great to get to know a little bit more about your position, and I really want to thank you for taking the time, and I also wish you the best of luck. Take care.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope to see you in person soon.
Okay, yes,
After
me
this
too.
craziness. So thank you very, very much, and have a great day as well.
You too, Anna. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.